Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well. I am Baltmatrix and today we're taking a look at Iron Factory's Dubhe, otherwise known as Tarn. This is Tarn from the Decepticon Justice Division, or the DJD. It's called the D.E.C in the in the wonderful world of Iron Factory. Now you might be wondering, what is up with the name of this guy? Dubhe, D-U-B-H-E. Actually, that is the name of one of the brightest stars in the Big Dipper. In fact, all of the characters or figures that are being released in this set are named after the stars in the Big Dipper. And I suspect that the final combination is going to be named after possibly one of the brighter stars. Well, no, the brightest star is Merak, and that's the tan guy who has the giant grinder in his chest. Anywho, Dubhe here has this cool little tank mode, and we're going to start off this review in tank mode as opposed to robot mode, which is the way he is packaged. You do have a little bit of posability in the guns, not a whole lot, and then these front guns can spread out just a bit. Getting him into the alt mode is a little bit of, well, I'll show you later. It is unpleasant getting him transformed, but I do like the tank mode. He is pretty much just a robot folded up underneath, however. In tank mode, Dubhe scales to about the same size as the Legends class Sea Spray and Beachcomber. And just for depth-wise, you can see that it's roughly the same size. Though there is no room on this figure for a Titan's Master or a Prime Master, like there is with Beachcomber. Transformation for Dubhe, and yes, I am pronouncing it correctly, or at least that is the way it sounds like it's supposed to be pronounced based on the Webster's Dictionary pronunciation. To start off with, you come to the back of the figure and split what will be the legs apart, and there are these two purple pegs that peg into the gun assembly, and you do want to be very careful because I have seen these break, or people have broken that gun or the pegs off. So you do want to be careful there. Now, one word of warning, if you do pick up this figure, mine was slightly mistransformed. The actual handle for this gun was backwards, so it was misassembled and was turned around. You wouldn't think that makes a difference, but it actually makes a huge difference because there's not enough clearance on these little silver pieces for putting him into vehicle mode. So if you buy this figure and you can't get the gun to set incorrectly, take the gun apart and flip the stock around. And then just fold the stock up, or the handle up, and, well, that's the gun assembly. Put it off to the side. Come to the figure, come to the back of the figure again at the top of the tank mode, unpeg the arms. And again, just be a little bit careful there. Take the entire top of the tank section and fold them out. And these will form the legs. Then turn the tank upside down, and you see these little purple hinges. Slide them forward until they're 90 degrees away from the body. Then we take the entire body and turn it 180 degrees, and then take the legs at the thigh swivels and turn them 180 degrees. And then we can fold the feet down into place and stand the figure up like so. Now it does look like we have a mighty mess on our hands, and we kind of do, but we'll get through this. First off, come to the treads and fold the treads up. And when you do that, just be careful not to pull the ball joint off. Straighten the arm and fold it down into the elbow. And then we'll do that for the other side, trying not to hit the camera. And putting the ball joint back in place, which is actually requires quite a bit of force. So we'll try that again on this side. Just be very careful and try not to pop the ball joint, even though this hinge is pretty darn tight. Okay, now for the top of the figure. Come up to these panels and fold them up like this over these guns. Then come to the front of the tank mode, fold it halfway down, and reach inside the tread and flip the tread up and open like this, and do that on both sides. Then we could take these purple hinges and fold them up into the shoulders, like so. And we close those treads again. And now we can drop the chest plate into place and split the back cannons apart, and then peg the, well, fusion-esque cannons into either arm. I prefer on the right arm, like his good buddy Megatron. The completed robot mode looks really good and does give Koltor a little bit of a run for its money, even though the size of this figure is not very big. It's really a nice looking figure. I've got to admit that. Iron Factory's done a fantastic job with the paint and the molding. I do not, however, like the fact that all the ball joints feel a little bit too loose, and the whole figure feels a tiny bit too squirrely for my taste. But I'm pretty sure all of that is fixable with a little bit of floor polish remover in the joints, specifically the ball joints in the right shoulder here. The ball joint and the hinge here are really, really loose compared to every other joint on the figure. Speaking of the posability, head is on a ball joint and can look down and up. There is the aforementioned ball joint in the shoulder, hinge joint for in and out. There is a ball joint in the elbow for lots of articulation, and the fists do swivel, but these fists are closed and do not or cannot hold anything. Torso swivel and an ab crunch. Ball joint in the hip for in and out. Thigh swivel. And an over 90-degree bend at the knee, actually a double knee for the transformation. And then a little bit of articulation in the ankles and forward and back for the transformation. You can get a couple of really decent poses out of this guy, and he does come with 2 extra set of hands. Open, splayed hands, and then kind of grippy hands, both of which can be used for some decent poses and some decent looks. You can also fit 3.5 millimeter weapons in those hands, so you can have him wield other things, like Target Masters. A nice little addition is the fact that his mask does come off, though getting it off is really tricky. And if you don't have any nails, then yeah, you're going to have issues. And we have what I swear is that a Seeker head? I swear that's a Seeker head. Height-wise, he is just a smidge bigger than current Legends class figures, but he is still significantly smaller than current Deluxe class figures. I actually like Dubhe a little bit more than I like Koltor. Koltor is a fantastic figure, but it just, even to this day, doesn't really do a whole ton for me. Where this guy, I feel, is just a little bit more fun. Just a little bit. The biggest complaint I have with this figure is it feels very fiddly in robot mode, and that's a complaint I've had with a lot of Iron Factory figures. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but they're just not doing it for me in a weird way. It's really hard to explain. Oh, I've got to pull a gun off and then put the foot on, and then I can put the gun on. And this is the way I transform it, simply because I find it easier to do the feet first and then take care of the rest transformation. Now, at the time of this recording, I do have the 2-pack that Iron Factory has recently released of the 2 smaller ones. Oh, good grief, I can't remember their names, but you're going to see a picture of them here up in the corner in just a second. So yeah, I've got that set, and that set will be reviewed shortly. I just need to get some free time this week to do that. And I'm really looking forward to completing the set, because don't you know, these guys are all going to form a giant robot together. A giant evil Decepticon robot combiner at this scale. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. The other thing I'm looking forward to is actually getting around to reviewing the Ruination set that I picked up a little while ago from Iron Factory. I got it on sale. I can't remember when I got it on sale, and I'm failing at this transformation a bit. But anywho, I'm looking forward to opening that up and getting a hold of that. So you're going to have some more Iron Factories reviews in the immediate future. So that's close enough. So yeah, I like this little dude. I think he's cool, but I'm hesitant on recommending it until the entire set is available. Until you can go to a store and buy all of your little mini DJDs. So yeah. So folks, let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments, and I've realized I've just completely messed up this transformation. Let me know what you think and how bad I am at transforming figures. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and be sure to hit that bell so you know when a new video is out. I'm Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you next time.